tell you how this is gonna work. You're gonna
You ain't gonna tell me.
Listen.
Suck my.
Shut up. Listen to me.
Suck my. You man.
Listen.
Suck my.
You will be here in the court on
You'll
Monday.
be here sucking my.
Well, listen to me now.
Yourself.
The huge advantage that men have in the dating world is that they can become more attractive as they age. These are 3 easy ways that men can make themselves more attractive as they reach their 40s and 50s. Number 1, whatever is happening up here, own it. If you're losing hair, a shaved and oiled head is hot, but if you're not ready for that, get a cool hat collection. 2, let your skin age. Don't get Botox, don't get a facelift. Some wrinkles are attractive. Okay, but you also don't want to look 80 when you're really still 45. So use an easy to follow skincare routine that actually keeps your skin clear and healthy. That is why I like Tiege Hanley. It is simple and consistent and easy to stick to, and it also just works. There's a reason why so many creators and thousands of guys swear by it. And because Tiege Hanley is sponsoring today's advice, they're offering 40% off your first box plus a free gift. Just use this link. Number 3, buy a quarter zip and thank me later. Especially if you layer it with a button up underneath, like your physique will have never looked so good.
You know what men don't like as like a trait in women? When you're mean to other women. Men really don't like women who bully or who are like rude and obnoxious to other women because like that, they don't want to be around that. Men don't like drama and chaos and all that. Men really, really find it unattractive, like women who are like bullies or who are like mean to other women. Like there's nothing hotter than a girl's girl, okay?
Is it cheating if a man wears his wedding band?
They can't be serious.
I'll tell you why it is.
Oh, goodness. They were being serious.
Because a lot of women are drawn to men that they know are taken. And so that man flaunting the fact that someone chose him is flaunting the fact that there's something to take.
So a man indicating for all the world to see that he is taken and in a committed relationship is now considered to be cheating because some women can't control themselves? Okay.
So he's trying to say, look at me, someone chose me, and this is why you should too.
Sometimes I think people just say whatever comes to mind when it should have remained an inside thought.
Special shout out to men that fidget with it. You know those men that you're like talking to and they're like, it's like, first of all, are you trying to flaunt it and trying to get someone to like be curious as to why someone chose you? Or are you trying to like fling that off? Because that's also cheating.
Okay, let's get everything cleared up. If you are wearing your wedding ring, if you're a guy, then that is cheating in some weird person's mind. But also, if you remove your wedding ring, that is also considered to be cheating. Gentlemen, I don't think there's any way you can win this. Sorry, there's just too many irrational individuals out there.
What's going on, fellas? Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let's get back to the video.
Okay, you know what the worst part about being hot and being a mom and dating is? It's that you can have whoever you want. Like, whoever you want. And it's not that hard to, like, get a man, to be honest. But it's like at the moment that it starts to get serious, they're like, wait, you're not just hot. Like, you have needs. Like, I have to do the things you asked me to do. Oh, I can't do that. Not that.
Is it okay for women to always say that they sacrifice their career for their family, even though men do the exact same thing? Let me explain. So many men will work 12 to 14 hours a day. They'll miss holidays. They'll miss birthdays. They'll come home, only eat dinner, go straight to bed, and do it all over again. Men sacrifice a lot of job opportunities to keep the wife happy and keep the financial situation afloat. And the crazy part about it is the amount of women that don't appreciate a man's sacrifice or don't give a about what the men sacrifice, including the milestones of their own children. It's like men aren't allowed to have feelings about their own children. So many men sacrifice their mental health. They'll come home and not say a word because they know that they're going to get bitched at or they're not going to be taken care of in the way that they deserve. Men sacrifice also the best years of their lives to provide for their families, and while doing so, they get ridiculed for not doing it good enough or doing it for too long. And when you say to a woman, okay, well, let him stay at home with the kids, or let him work a part-time job, or let him get the job that pays less, 9 times out of 10, the women are like, absolutely not. I'll just never understand how you think that you can have a successful relationship or a successful marriage and not understand the sacrifices of your husband that he's doing for you to provide for you while you get to stay home with the children, which is the greatest gift that you can possibly ever have, is to watch your children grow up and be an active role in their upbringing. But some of you have been so brainwashed into thinking your stupid 9-to-5 is better than raising children that you've actually ruined the entire family dynamic for basically a paycheck. Okay, bye.
A lot of guys don't know this, but every girl secretly wants a dramatic love confession. Like, imagine your man pulling up to your house unannounced with a big bouquet of flowers, music blasting, and they have a whole speech prepared. And of course, it's always something along the lines of, "I'm sorry, I should have never let you go. It's you, it's always been you. Bonus points if you climb up her window or throw pebbles at it. Extra bonus points if it's raining." This would be especially good if you in my opinion, it's the only way to apologize. And if y'all need a good example, search up Chuck Bass's apology. Let me tell you, men who yearn, earn. To all the men out there, try this out and thank me later.
I look a mess now, but I don't think I have to settle with a man that I don't find handsome.
Okay, let's do it. Well, what would you rate yourself on a scale from 1 to 10? Just your face. You cannot use 7.
A 10.
What?
Oh, poor baby. Now let's try this again.
So I'm not.
You are not the most beautiful woman in the world. Cosmopolitan ain't trying to get you to be on the cover. People ain't deemed you one of the most beautiful women in the world. So let's go.
So what would you rate me?
I asked you. Since you want to bring looks about men into it, I'm asking you. What would you rate yourself? And the first thing out of your mouth was a lie. A 10. You ain't nobody's 10.
God,
My face is not a 10. So
all right.
I think I'm definitely a 10.
Cool. I bet you do. When was the last time you did any runway modeling or print modeling?
I've never been involved in that.
Why not? That's what 10s do. And a lot of you ladies just say this because
You said I'm not a 10.
You're not. You're not a 10. Women like yourself have all this attitude, thinking that you're way up here to where you're going to judge men and saying men are this or that. 51% of black men are single and childless, 64% in the middle class. It is harder for a black man to find a woman that's working with no children than it is for a black woman to find a black man that's working with no kids. Most of you come with somebody's kid attached to you. And then you got the nerve to walk around when you're unfit, overweight, out of shape, and looking average, cute, or whatever, thinking you're way up here judging men who have more to offer than you do, and have the nerve to talk about you're picky.
What they want to take from traditionalism that makes puts them in an advantage, but the man's roles are always static while hers are negotiable. And I tell guys on this podcast, like, if you're going to be a traditional man, she needs to be a traditional girl. You know, that you have to, be traditional on your end and provide and bring home the bacon and be willing to die for this girl and protect her when she can't even say no when a girl asks her to go on a girl's night out. That's my thing.
Simply put, you want a gentleman, you gotta be a lady.
Exactly.
I get that. I get
Yeah.
that. But there's like different types of relationships too. Like some are traditional. There's couples out there that are not traditional, like
True.
whatsoever. Especially,
And those relationships don't work.
Yeah.
What if she
It depends.
How do you
It's
know,
different,
though?
There's
How
different-
do I know?
You're still so young. Yeah.
I know because, over 50% of marriages end in divorce, and 80% of them are initiated by women.
You ever tell yourself, this time it will be different, but somehow it never is? My husband and I went on a little staycation at the lake, had great food, walked around, and just enjoyed being together. But being in that kind of environment, it was easy to fall back into the trap of, have a couple drinks. You deserve it. You're on vacation. This morning, I woke up with that familiar headache and that same thought. How do I always end up back here? Recently, I heard one of my new favorite girls on here, Aaliyah, talk about how Jesus went 40 days and 40 nights. Fully reliant on God and prayer. And that really stuck with me because when I try to rely on my own strength, I always end up in the same spot. Now, I don't have an alcohol problem. I have a problem with finding comfort in the wrong things, anything other than God. And man, this world is hard to live in when you are chasing joy and peace anywhere but him. So for the next 40 days, I am choosing to be sober, to lean into prayer, instead of picking something up that only numbs me for the moment, to choose presence over patterns. I truly feel this will only benefit me as a wife and mother, to show up more grounded, more patient, and more connected. If you are in that same place, I would love for you to join me, or just even help keep me accountable.
What I find really comical, me and all my liberal friends want to be traditional housewives. Well, not all of us, but most of us. But the problem is we don't like Republican men because they don't have the same sense of justice and morality that we do, because we care for every human being. And the liberal men don't believe in exploiting themselves for labor, so like we have to have an equal household, because the only ones that bust their ass and make enough money to support a stay-at-home mom, wife, whatever, are the Republican men, because they will exploit the shit out of themselves for money. Then they're miserable and burn out and take it out on everyone around them and refuse to take meds. So it's like, I'd rather be alone.
What does a woman provide? Let me show you what a woman provides, because most women are already doing it without realizing it. So sit down. Listen, a lot of women think that feminine value means cooking, cleaning, just being pretty, and like all of this step forward wife nonsense. No, let me actually show you what feminine value looks like in real life. Scenario number 1, the overwhelmed man. So the overwhelmed man, he comes home frustrated, work drained him, his shoulders are tense, his jaw is tight, and he barely talks. Most women think that the right thing to do is to ask, what's wrong? What happened? Do you need to talk? That is exactly what you don't do.
What you do is manipulate him in that situation, making him think that you're more important, so he needs to do something for you instead. Pull him in, stroke his hair. And that is supposed to activate some masculine thing inside of him to the point where he's like, me, she's more important. Baby, what do you want to eat? What do you want me to do for you? Completely ignoring his feelings, his stress, his problem. What a self. Now she went on to say a bunch of other stuff like, if he wants to buy a house, do not sit down with him and work out numbers. He's the one who's supposed to be doing that. In fact, what you're supposed to do is tell him what you want the house to look like. 12-foot ceilings, you want a kitchen where the kids can do school. All these things you need to tell him and just leave him to figure it out. Do not help him in any type of way. Oh, this is another good one. Make him jealous. How about when you go out, you laugh gently with other people, talk with other people, so he can get into his masculine energy and be more protective of you. These women are crazy.
You know, a lot of these women get into a lot of things that they should not be into. A lot of it. They say a lot of stuff, do a lot of stuff. They be carrying around, wearing things, being in places that they don't need to be in. And the result is, why can't I find a good man? Because you're a liability. And it's more than a liability. The word liability is not even the stronger word, the best word to use. The man knows he will be in danger. The places that modern women find themselves in, of their own volition, them wanting to be there, and they want a man, they want a protection package and insurance. That's essentially what they're doing. When they get a man, they get insurance. I'm purchasing insurance. You might as well stamp Allstate on your forehead. Progressive. You might as well start your own life insurance agency, stamp it Johnson & Johnson Life Insurance, because that's what you are to these modern women. Life insurance. I'm going to continue to go out there and do all of the silly stuff. Some of it's not so silly, some of it's not so dangerous. I'm just having fun. But some of these things, you look at it and you're like, what in the world is she doing? She knows what she's doing, and she wants to continue doing that. But the block has become too hot, and so now she needs a little protection. And so she might go get some pepper spray. She might go get that thing to carry on her. Right? She might go take some classes for it. But then she also, because this is what women do in general. They build, people in general, to be fair with you, they build protections in. So I have a fallback, and then another fallback, and then another fallback. For modern women, the fallback is the man. And for a lot of them, I'll take it a step further. The fallback is the government. The government is the fallback. They're out here doing things they're not supposed to be doing.
Can you stop talking? Can you stop talking for 2 seconds, please? Can I ask you a question? Are you stupid or are you dumb? No, answer the question. You're both. When's the last time you took a shower? I mean, you reek. You smell like a creature, honey. Get in the shower now. Don't kiss me. Don't kiss me. Please just leave me alone for the next 20 million hours. I'm begging. Can you do anything right? Serious question. Can you? No, you can't, because I've never seen you do it. I've never seen you do it right. Shave. Please go shave. You look like a hairy monster beast. You look disgusting. Stop looking like that. Why do you look like that? Your face. I mean, please change your face. I'm begging you. No, I don't want to hang out. Okay, I had a long day at work. Just don't even look at me. Look away. Why are you looking at me? That's what you're gonna wear? I mean, I cannot with you. Go change. I am disgusted. You disgust me, period. End of story.
Stop hitting me, please.
Can you take me to San Antonio, please? I will pay you if you take me to San Antonio,
no,
please.
Baby, you put yourself in this situation and I can't do it.
Always me!
I can't do it.
This is Billy, and we need to highlight Billy's story because Billy is not alone. Billy is one of millions of men who are dealing with from their partner. I only showed, I think, the first 20 seconds of that clip. That clip goes on for a few minutes and it's extremely hard to watch, and I didn't want to put all of that on you guys today. I wanted to give you the option to press the sound and go watch the full video yourself, but it is incredibly hard to watch. We think of, or at least when we're spoken to about, it's always spoken about in a manner where the man is the perpetrator and the woman is the victim. And far too often, because of this rhetoric, male victims go unheard and unseen. This rate is 50-50, and don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise. Despite the fact that the rate is 50-50, organizations and our governments refuse to put money into studying female perpetrators because that would go against the rhetoric of against women and children. What they don't realize is that they think that they're doing women a service here and just undermining men, and who cares? But the reality is that lesbians take up the majority of the rate, so you're not just hurting men, you're preventing women who are victims of other women from getting the proper help because we haven't studied why women do this and what's the best way to leave when a woman is you. So because of this, men get every single day by their partner, and children get stuck in situations where they watch their mother their father. A situation that I know all too well because along with getting by my mother as a child, she was incredibly to my father as well, verbally, mentally, psychologically, and I'm pretty sure she hit him a few times. I just didn't witness this. And because of this, she broke my father down into a small little man so that he stopped defending me when she was me. So my got worse. We need to start highlighting female perpetrators and male victims because male victims need our help and female perpetrators need more accountability. If you are a man that is currently going through this, please reach out to me. My email is roma@romaarmy.com, or if you're seeing this on Instagram, you can reach out to me there. Whether you're leaving a male or female, whether you are a man or a woman yourself, it is imperative that you remember never to tell your when you're leaving. You wait for a safe time, like when they're sleeping or they're at work. Whatever you do, never give up your location once you leave. It could make the difference between life and for you.
I saw a really good video that completely pointed out something that I've been saying for a long time, and it's that we've all heard those stories where our older grandparents will be telling a dating story, and you'll be sitting there being like, Grandpa, I'm pretty sure that was a little bit of like, grape vibes, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all know those stories of like, your grandma being like, yeah, I turned him down 75 times, but then he showed up at my door and, I locked him out and, he broke through the door, but he had a radio box and he was playing the first song that I heard, back when we met. So when you hear girls complaining about stuff like, oh, men don't approach anymore, or something about like men not chasing or something like that, that's a good thing. That is men responding to what they've heard with consent culture. Men are recognizing the fact that they're like, hey, I don't really have to be doing all of that. Like, typically, if she's really that interested, I'm sure she's not going to, reject me 6 times and not respond to any of my texts, So I think I'm probably getting a little too crazy here. And then girls will use like references back in the olden days of like how the men used to be. Yeah, the men that didn't let you guys have bank accounts, the men that you guys would, make videos about how are creepy because like your grandpa had to like break into this girl's house. Those are the men that you're going to say that we're not like anymore. I thought that's a good thing, because newsflash, you shouldn't have to chase anybody, whether you're a male or female. If somebody likes you, they like you. You should never feel the need that you have to chase, but that's just my opinion. But hey, what do you think?
Would you prefer your son to date a woman with 40 bodies or a woman with 4 bodies? Does body count matter? You first.
I feel like it shouldn't count, because anything prior to you establishing a relationship with that person shouldn't count against you. That's being judgmental.
Okay.
So, what? So I feel like anything prior to you building with that person should hold no weight, honestly.
For both genders?
For both genders.
For both genders, both ways.
Okay, what if the woman has like 100 bodies?
That's her choice if she wants to display
Right.
she had 100 bodies.
No,
You're not going to know that.
No, we know that's your choice.
Well,
We
let's
get
say
that.
This though, let's say if you do know, and let's say you have a son, right?
I have a son, yes.
Would you prefer your son to date a woman with 40 bodies or a woman with 4 bodies?
That's entirely up to my son.
No, but you're his mother. What would you? I'm sure you have preferences for your son.
I mean, I do have preferences for my son, but at the end of the day, he's going to choose what he wants.
No one's saying. Of course, if I'll be like, you know what? I can choose McDonald's, but what would you prefer that a human being should eat? Maybe something healthy. So let me give me your preferences. What would you prefer your son to date? A woman with 40 bodies or a woman with 4?
I would prefer my son to date someone with probably less bodies. But that doesn't define a person, actually. That doesn't define who they are. Like, the amount of bodies they have doesn't.
Well, that isn't the question.
Right, but I'm saying it's all like, it's a gray area.
Well, no, it isn't gray. The question is super, super simple. So you just said that you would prefer your son to date the woman with 4.
Yeah. Less
Okay.
bodies is fine.
Got it. Yep. 4 bodies. There's always a reason to it. You can say, well, it really doesn't matter. Well, it does matter because you prefer the lesser rather than the higher.
Stop being a man that yearns. Start being a man that earns. Yeah. That saying, a man that yearns is a man that earns, is complete. Stop buying it. You know how much time I spent yearning for something that I knew in the back of my head was already lost? It's been a long time. You're probably spending time on that right now. You're thinking, I'm thinking about her. I got that soul tie. She's thinking about me. She's not thinking about you, bro. You know what she's thinking about? She's thinking about what the new man can do for her until that's run out, until that's depleted, and she's gonna go to the next man. Because you know why? That chick hasn't spent the time necessary to fix herself. You have a chance. You have a chance. Fix yourself right now. Yeah, hearing this message, you have an opportunity to stop being the soft lover boy. I'm not saying to stop being a lover boy, but stop letting some chicks that don't deserve you walk all over you. You know what I'm talking about. You're going through it right now. Self-respect is developed and built under times of pressure. That's the only way. One of the greatest times to build that under pressure, when that girl comes back after no contact. It's gonna come back, you're gonna want to let your guard down. I know it because I was there too. You're gonna want to let your guard down and you're gonna want to say, it's okay, honey, I forgive you. I forgive you for another man. I knew what you were doing. I knew it all along. You lied about it. I let you just walk over me. I forgive you. Listen to yourself, bro. You don't forgive her. You don't even know what forgiveness really means until you feel the weight of her act, the pain that she caused. That's why you're so willing to forgive and forget. You're never going to forget. Promise. You're never gonna forget what she did with another man. You're gonna be thinking about it years and years and years. And you're like, oh, I should have listened to Zach. During the no contact stage and she comes back. Sometimes they do. Are you gonna be a man of his word that says, I am sick of being disrespected. This girl doesn't deserve my effort. She doesn't deserve me at my best. What kind of man are you gonna be? Are you gonna fold? Stop being a man that yearns and start being a man that earns respect and money and vigor and adventure in his life, because no one is coming to save you. No one is going to come and rescue you. No one's gonna make her come back. No. Be a man of action and be a man of his word. Let's go.
Honestly, the guys aren't even looking for sex anymore. They are looking for emotionally regulated, spiritual, well, calm, peaceful, nurturing. That is where we're at. That is where we're at. We have moved past the physical and we have moved into the spiritual and emotional, and the men are craving it. They are craving to feel secure and safe with a woman who can hold that soft space there with him without taking his experiences and his pain and his stories and making it her own, or trying to fix it, or creating a new narrative about it, or getting overly emotional about the situation. To just be there and be calm and be loving and love him completely for who he is and what his experiences are and how his emotions are processing through him. And, a lot of these guys haven't even had the opportunity to express full, real, deep emotions with a woman, or some of them with anyone. And that is what they're craving. They are just craving support. I say a cheerleader because I think you found yourself a cheerleader. But they are just craving what women were brought here for in the beginning, which was partnership, loving, compassionate, emotional, spiritual support. And when a man has that, a man can do anything. He is so strong and powerful and confident and kind and loving. That's the kind of leadership we need from men. But in order for the men to get there, they need the woman to provide that soft, nurturing, safe space that they can trust and who can just be, and they don't have to perform in front of, and they don't have to be perfect in front of, and they don't have to carry it all alone. It is equal and beautiful and loving. And we are fully capable of making this happen. We are fully capable of making changes so that the broken bridges between men and women can come back together again. We can mend this and we can be in harmony and in partnership again. I believe it. I believe it.
Would men still date women if they couldn't have access to their bodies? Like, let's just say I was dating a guy and I was like, yeah, I don't want to have sex for 2 years. Would men still date me? If you told your boyfriend, I don't want to have sex for 6 months, would he still date you?
So I have multiple thoughts on this post and I want to give all of them. I noticed that a lot of the top comments on this post were from women who were either ace or they had some sort of like condition down there that made it painful when they do it. And both of those are completely valid. And it makes sense for those people that it's probably very hard when they want genuine romantic connection, but a lot of people put like at the forefront of that romantic connection. But I think for people who aren't ace or who don't have a type of condition down there or who don't have a low libido, for both men and women, is a very important component of a relationship. I do understand the argument where a lot of women will get into relationships with men and they feel like they can't have a stressful moment. They can't even like have their time of month or go multiple days when they're going through something without their boyfriend like trying to be like, I want have it with me, and that's awful. And you should not be with a person like that. You should be with somebody who respects when you're in pain, when you're going through a stressful time, when somebody that you love passes away. Like there are multiple scenarios where you might be very depressed, you're going through a situation, you have an illness. All of those things make complete sense that you might not be super, into having in those moments of life. But I think if we're just talking about generally and you just randomly tell your partner one day like, hey, I don't want to have for 2 years and there's nothing else underlying or going on there, it's kind of like, even for me, and I date both men and women, like that would probably be an issue. Like I would want to know what is going on with my partner that they don't want to have sex with me, because it's a lot more than just the physical act of. It's also about feeling desired. I know for me personally, like I actually have dated a few people who were ace. I had one relationship that lasted almost a year with a guy who was ace, and I really thought that I could do it. I wanted to give it a chance, especially because I am poly. So I know in a monogamous relationship, I definitely wouldn't want to be with somebody who's ace, and we'll get to that in a second, but I really tried to give it a shot. And at the end of the day, I really cared about this person, but I just could not do it because I'm a very person, and I also need that level of intimacy. It's not that is the only way that you can intimately bond with somebody, but I would be being disingenuous to my partners if I pretended like it wasn't an important component to me. Now, if I have a partner, like I said, and any of those situations happen where we have to temporarily postpone, then that's one thing. And there are other situations, if an illness, something terrible happens, like there might be situations where we go a long time without having sex. All of this is going to be context dependent, right? So I'm not saying that if I spent 20 plus years with somebody and we built up all these memories that I would leave them if they suddenly couldn't have sex anymore. But there would also need to be some sort of recognition of what is going on. If the reason was just because they just didn't feel like it, I don't know if I would be able to continue that relationship, because I just know that I would have a lot of insecurity and I would feel like there's something wrong with me. I'm poly, so it's a bit different, but especially if I was in a monogamous relationship and my partner randomly said that to me, I do have like needs at the end of the day. And I can go months, years without having it, but at some point it's like, you don't get to choose what is very important to your partner in a relationship. And if they've vocalized in the beginning that this is a very important thing to them, I think that they're within their right if you don't want them to have sex with anybody else. But then you're telling them that they can't have sex with anybody else, but you just randomly don't want to have sex with them for 2 years and there's no reasoning behind it. I wouldn't be able to do it. And that's me being honest. And I think it's better to be honest in these situations than to try to pretend to be okay with it when you just would not be happy at the end of the day. But that is my personal opinion on this. So let me know what you guys think. Bye.
You know, a lot of these modern women, ladies, y'all gonna find yourselves single with a lot of this advice out here that women are telling you. And I understand they're trying to help. I'm serious now. I'm serious. If y'all continue to listen to some of the stuff that these women say, y'all are gonna be single. I told my wife, I think I knew the woman. I knew the woman actually before my wife did. I knew the woman. Had gone out, not on a date, but just kind of hung out in singles events and stuff like that. Just hung out. She knew me. And she was still talking reckless. In her, I want to say mid-40s. Still talking reckless. I don't want to do this. You need to worry about this. This is, coaching women through relationships, trying to do them a favor, trying to help them out. But then you're like, well, you're still single. You know what I mean? Like you're not even close to having a man. And then when you get close to being in a relationship, I know a lot of these modern women like to say, well, men don't come up, men don't approach, men don't talk to us. They do. It's just not the man that you want. And then when you find a man that you want, you get into that relationship with that man, then you start talking about some weird stuff, and then the man is like, oh no, I don't think this is gonna work. And he's not responding to what you're saying because it's weird. And so it don't work out. Well, he didn't do this, he didn't do that, he didn't, and it's all blaming back on him. That's the type of relationship advice you are getting from women. Ladies, stop listening to these types of women. They will have you single. I told my wife, hey, listen, I'm sure she's a good person, but had you continued messing around with her, hanging out with her, you'd have been single too. And you'd have stayed single. You wouldn't have wanted to be single, but that's the way you'd have stayed because you're hanging out with her. I know, sometimes y'all go to different places and you be around people and you think that they good people and they got some good things about them. That might be true, but some of that stuff they be talking about is toxic. It's toxic. It's not helpful. It's bad advice. oh, well, I'm just trying to look out for you. I'm trying to protect you. Thank you for that. But how you view protection, it's not really protection. I don't even want to say wounded. I just want to say, like, maybe it's warped. Maybe you need to work on that. You fool around, go out here, get married, be in a healthy relationship, and then she's still out there doing whatever. Gonna be single another 15 years. I don't think she knows it, but another 15, 20 years gonna be single. Unless you clean up your act. Stop listening to these terrible takes by these women.